See, Antifa thinks
Antifa cannot think anything. Antifa is not an organization or a group of people. If you are Antifa, that means you are against fascism.
that by dressing up in a bunch of costumes and dancing around in front of the ice building, that they're proving, oh no, we're actually harmless. This isn't a war zone.
Portland is not a war zone. The only people that think that Portland is a war zone are people that don't live in Portland or have no idea what a war zone actually looks like.
And that this is all just a big joke, but it's actually proving exactly the opposite.
They're proving that they're not trying to be funny.
It is not doing what they think it's doing whatsoever.
No, they just think it's funny. They think that ICE is a joke. They think that this administration is a joke. They think that this idea that Portland is a war zone is a joke, because it is.
What they're actually proving by doing this is how nihilistic and unhinged they actually are, to the point of not even being able to take their own movement seriously.
Again, what they think they're doing is being silly, because they think that this administration is ridiculous. And what they're doing is ridiculous.
They would rather make their movement into a joke than to take accountability for the damage that they have done to Portland.
What damage do you think has been done to Portland? Is Portland perfect? No. Is any city perfect? No. Have you ever been to Portland?
It's the exact same concept as the Annunciation church shooter putting the N-word and the F-word and carving cartoons into his mags and into his rifle. It wasn't to put any sort of political message behind those things. It was nihilism on display.
Have you ever noticed how some people like using big words because they think it makes their point? That's what I feel like when I watch her speak. She loves using the word nihilism as though because she uses it, she thinks that means it has validity.
It was that man's nihilism on display, and this is also nihilism on display.
You really love that word. I never want to hear that word again already. The idea of nihilism is this idea that they reject the belief of inherent meaning and purpose in what you do. That's not nihilistic. There is meaning in what all of these people that you're describing are doing. You just don't see it, or you just don't agree with it. That doesn't make it nihilistic. That just means you're not listening to them, or you're listening to people that they're against, which of course you're going to get a pretty skewed view of it if that's all you listen to.
If you take what you do seriously, you have to be willing to accept accountability for your actions. You have to be willing to accept natural consequences.
That is rich from a group of people that willingly voted for a man with 34 felonies who ran for office to prevent himself from going to prison in the first place. Voting for a man who tried to overthrow a free and fair election. Don't sit here and talk about accountability and responsibility when your side will do anything humanly possible to avoid taking that themselves.
Making a joke out of your own movement is a direct rejection of consequences and of action and of meaning.
They are not making a joke out of their movement. They are saying that this administration is a joke. That is the message. Do you understand how ridiculous that you guys look when you are attacking a guy in an inflatable frog costume? When you call people there terrorists who are dancing around in an inflatable frog and other animal costumes? That is the movement. They're calling you guys a joke.
So no, Antifa is not proving their harmlessness, and they're not proving their innocence by dancing around in costumes. They're not even interested in proving those things.
Antifa is not proving anything, because Antifa as an organization, as a movement, does not exist. There are people that are against fascism that often do things together because they are all against fascism. But Antifa is not doing anything because Antifa does not exist.